Bong, 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 bong. Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, and come on ahead there with the tea. Yes, you are on the Shout Out Show, and what a fantastic day it is. We have a special guest on board, and the tea has just arrived. Very, very good. So, thank you very much, Margaret. And for our special guest, quietly in the corner, folks, she's got her tea. It is a she, so that's the only giveaway. And there you are, my dear. So, as we said, it's the Shout Out Show, and the doors are closed on the tour bus. We're going live every day. 5 days with the Shout Out Show and 7 days with the bus sessions. So let's start off with our Shout Out Show. We would like a big shout out from us to Agnes and Tom Moore, who have sent in a collection of different types of eggs. Yes, she was on the bus there the day before yesterday, and she was showing us her turkey eggs, but she sent in duck eggs, turkey eggs and hen's eggs. So we are grateful and thank you very much for sending them in. Tom delivered them this morning. A big shout out to all our friends in Kavanagh. Kavanagh, they are the Fine Foods giftware, and they are in, they are in Portumna, they're in Galway, they're Emo in Laois, and they're in Westmeath, and they're in Cork, and they are everywhere. So there was a big write-up and a big shout out to our good friend, and that is Kevin Byrne, who owns the business, and he was on RSVP magazine this week, so we give you a shout out, and we're delighted that you're doing so well. So if anyone wants to go and have the coffee and the buns and all the goodies that are in Kavanagh, Fine Foods giftware, check them out in all them different locations. We've friends looking in. Hello Audrey, you're on board, and Karina's looking in there from Holland. Hello. We have Vera Maher, and she's from Balnacargy, and she was 80 during the week, and we missed it nearly, but we got a message from the sons, and fine sons she has too, and the boy says hello, and a big shout out to you that's in Balnacargy and all the Mahers, the legends that are. Okay, big shout out coming here as well for birthdays, and we have Dermot J. Maguire living in RD, and he uses actually the one, he says Maguire from Mullingar in RD, and that's the way he promotes his town. And to you, Jim or Margaret or Dermot J. Maguire, congratulations on your birthday. We have Shannon Lynch, and it's your birthday. A big shout out to you, and that's Shannon, because sometimes I make Shannon and Shannon off. Shannon, Shannon, that's right. And then we have Karen Tucker, and she is in Plymouth, so a happy birthday to you. And Ali Brennan in Mullingar, a happy birthday to you. Leona Kenny, a happy birthday to you. She's in Dublin and Mullingar, or she's from Dublin, well, probably living in Dublin now, but originally from Mullingar. And we have Kevin Quaid in Australia, down under, and a happy birthday to you. We have Peter Hayes, and we have Paul Quinlan from Carlow, and a happy birthday from the Shout Out Show to you guys. Well, anyway, folks, we have our special guest on board. The tea is in, she's got her cake, and do you know what? She might even stay for dinner if we can manage to keep her from her schedule. The lady is from Longford. She's a mother, she's a teacher, and she's a broadcaster with Athlone Community Radio, and we've met many times, and we sort of keep in touch, and we say to each other, we have a chat soon, and today is our chat. So my chat today is with Anna Kavanagh. Anna, how's it going?
Good afternoon, Ray, and good afternoon to everybody from all over the world who is tuned in your way today. Absolutely amazing, isn't it? What
it is.
You can do with a phone.
Isn't it absolutely amazing? And
powerful.
Powerful indeed. And as I said, Anna, you're doing great work, and you're doing it from your mobile phone.
Yes, yes, that is the power of the mobile phone. I began a new live stream last Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. It's called Centre Ground. So we will go out each week live at 8 o'clock. It's a current affairs programme where I shine the spotlight on various topics. So last week we shone a light on the HSE, some very interesting stories.
Your man from Donegal, yeah, seen him.
Yes, it was a truly shocking story of what happened to Enda Craig when he found himself in A&E. And tonight the spotlight is on the entertainment industry.
Go on.
Yes, and So I have a wonderful lineup. Walter Ryan Purcell. Walter is producing a very big budget feature film, which will be filmed in Killarney, telling the story of the Herbert family from Muckross House, and it stars Patrick Bergen.
Oh.
And then I have arts producer from Offaly, Johnny Keenan, and he has some fantastic ideas for making his home county a hub for the entertainment industry. And then we have he's Roger Whelan. He is a former international cricketer for Ireland, and nowadays he is a musician and filmmaker, and he uses his creativity to promote peace and justice. And then each week, anchoring our panel discussion is lecturer, journalist and civil rights activist Marion McGowan. And tonight's hot topic is the pub industry.
I see the pub industry, as I say. The pubs will be open, and it says on the 21st. Will they have live music back? That is the big question.
Well, that's something that we'll be discussing tonight.
And hopefully that will get back into business, because I think I've played 2 gigs since St. Patrick's Day, and it's all fair enough and all very nice, but we just don't have an income from the business. And I mean,
Yes.
there's so many out there, there's so many people. A lady came there recently. I met a fella in the car park one day, and I was chatting to him. Actually, he done an ad for me show, and he introduced me show. I says, "Where are you from?" He says, "I'm from the big town of Atboy." And he says, "I'm here with my Australian girlfriend, and I'm bringing her around the country and showing her how fantastic our country is." And you know what he says? There's no music. There's no music, he says.
Right.
And I'm after telling her for many, many years in Australia how great, and you go to a pub and you have this and that and the other, and there's so many things that sort of branch off the music.
That's
you know,
right.
the people who serve it, the people who do the sound, the people who organise it, the theatres, the pubs, everything. It's so vast, you know,
It is.
and it's a huge part of our culture.
Well, to be very honest with you, it's the heartbeat of our culture, it's the soul of our culture. And an estimated 75,000 people are employed directly or indirectly in the music industry in Ireland, and they are now currently out of work. It's not just about the entertainer, but it's about the support people that accompany them, the sound people, camera people,
Road crew.
producers, road crew, yes. So
Companies.
yes, all of these people are out of work, and you know, we're inclined to forget about it. And what really grieves me is the fact that when we go abroad to promote Ireland at trade shows, these musicians are brought along to promote everything that's good in Ireland. And last week on the Rambling House in Athlone Community Radio, which airs on a Friday evening from 6 to 8 o'clock, I chatted to Zoe Conway. And those of you, many of you will know that Zoe is one of the biggest names in Irish trad music, and she is an ambassador for Irish music, having played for US presidents, played all across the world. And she now finds herself out of work, herself and her husband, and dependent on a meagre pandemic unemployment payment, the PUP payment. I think it's absolutely appalling what's happening. And of course, Van Morrison has come out very strongly against this idea of socially distanced concerts. What are your views on that?
I am afraid to get involved because I have different views on it. It's like I feel that we have been given a fantastic body. We have a huge system working here. If we look after that body, we will be 100%.
Yes.
And really, that's about the beginning and the end of it. Because if you keep talking about it, it just keeps going around in circles, and we're just, you know, there's no answer to it, and it's gone too far, you know. And that's really it, you know. And if, you know, I mean, everyone has their own ideas about it. And I really, on the bus sessions, I said to myself, we keep it positive, and we keep it away from, and trying to keep people's, just keep people happy.
Keep the spirits up.
And not sort of getting involved in what's going on literally out there, because it's everywhere. It's on the doors, it's on the television, it's on the radio, and it's just too much in there. And I just think we need to live.
That's right. And at this stage, you know, I'd like to pay huge tribute to you, Ray, because in our darkest hours there during lockdown in March and April, you came on religiously every day, and it was kind of people's escape time from all the darkness that surrounded the country, and they could tune into you and be entertained, always positive, always the fun factor.
Yeah.
And really never forgetting to promote what's good in your hometown, and I think that's fantastic, and I've said it on more than one occasion. Every town in Ireland needs a Ray Dolan.
Well, thank you very much.
To promote their town. You're doing fantastic work.
Well, we're very, very happy with what's happening, and as I said, it happened all the way it happened for me was Uncle Joe's a great man for promoting the town, and literally I went live at the statue. Mm-hmm. And then we came and we built it up. But I mean, we have all our hashtags now, and we're always promoting the town. And as I say, it's up to everyone to promote their town, because it's the most important thing. And another thing as well is if we can keep it local in any shape or form, it's like Agnes leaving in the eggs this morning.
Yes.
Apart from leaving in the eggs and collecting the eggs, it's community as well, and you're having a chat, and you're having a crack, and sure, you'll come in for dinner, or do you know what I mean? So you're creating a sort of a community, and getting back to globalization, we need localization.
100%. I mean, that is it in a nutshell. If we can bring everything back to a local level, we're actually tackling so many of the problems that have befallen our country. For example, climate change. So if you're sourcing all your food locally, you don't have a huge carbon footprint. There's no food being transported across the Atlantic or brought in from Asia, increasing the carbon footprint and accelerating climate change. So keeping it local, you're tackling climate change and you're creating employment in local areas. Now, we're heading into a recession, that's no secret. And rather than looking at it negatively, I think we have to look at it creatively, and how we're going to create jobs. And I think the key will be to create jobs in our local areas, so that every small local community will actually be self-sufficient in energy, self-sufficient in food, we can, I suppose, provide services at a local level that are kind of being globalised, like childcare and home care for the elderly and all of that. All of these services, there's a drive to privatise them. But if we can bring them back to a local level, we're generating employment in our local areas.
Excellent. Well, that's super, Anne, as I said, and we could talk all day, because this woman, and what I take from her is she pronounces her words extremely well. And this is from radio, and I probably have to go and do radio to start speaking properly like this. I think you've raised a very important point there. I think the beauty of what you're doing, it's going out live, so people know that it's not edited. It hasn't, when you go, you know yourself, when you go into the editing suite, you can make the most inarticulate person sound absolutely wonderful. But when it goes out live, it's raw, anything can happen, and it's authentic. Yeah.
And I think it's very, very important that people be true to themselves. So I hope that I'm not putting on my Mrs. Bucket accent.
No. But do you know what? And right, so this is visual, and visual is totally different than on the radio, right? But what I feel, and if I listen to you on the radio, I feel that you have centred me. Do you know what I mean? That you'll centre someone, because if I was on the radio, I'd be jumping from Billy to Jack, and it's ears, You're listening in, and it's going closer into your brain. I don't know how you explain it, but with visual, you can it can work a different way, because it's straight in, and you're making stories from your eyes.
Yes.
But when you're listening to radio, it's just a thing that I noticed. You know what I mean? From listening to you on radio, and actually when we went live on radio as well, listening to that other end of being in the station with you and feeling what's going on there, and it's totally different dynamic as well. But once again, you're flat out in your own phone. I call you a bit of a watchdog. Would you say you're a watchdog?
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to call myself a watchdog. What I call myself is a very opinionated owl one.
Well, there
That's
you are,
exactly
folks.
what I am. A highly opinionated owl one. And and it was an issue that I discussed yesterday with somebody who's going to be a guest next week in my programme.
Yeah.
I'm in that very happy position where I'm retired, and I have no mortgage. My children are reared, so I have the time. I'm financially independent, and I'm free to speak my mind.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, a lot of people are not free to say what they want to say because it will impact their job, and
Yeah.
you know.
And
so
I think everything is sort of gone that way because everyone is, I've got a message there, but everyone is sort of afraid to do anything, as I say, because the way things have gone, they're going to lose their job, they're going to do this, and everything is connected, you see.
Yes.
It's bang, 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 and everyone has to make the few pound.
That's right.
You know?
And of course, many people are so tied up with rearing their children. They're up in the morning at 5 o'clock, children to a creche, work all day, home in the evening, and they're on a treadmill. And sometimes they don't even know what day of the week it is. So, you know, I have huge sympathy for people like that because I've been there myself in that position. So, getting back to the question that you asked me, you know, am I a watchdog? No, I'm just somebody that's happily in a position now at that stage of my life where I can keep an eye actually on what's happening and then voice my opinion on it. And the power of the phone, as you say, like last week on the live stream, Enda was in Donegal, Luke was in Galway, Marion was in Athlone, I was in Longford, and Stephen, actually I have to give a shout out to Stephen Kerr from the Irish Inquiry. Stephen Kerr from the Irish Inquiry, who is providing me with the platform to live stream every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. So, and it's done through Skype. Just I'm sitting in the kitchen with my phone, and that's it. And I'm, you know, isn't it incredible? And you mentioned Athlone Community Radio.
Yeah.
Now, once upon a time, that was a local radio station that just broadcast to Athlone. But now, through the power of the internet, it goes out right across the world. So I'm getting messages from people who are listening in California, in New York, in France, in the UK. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, look, as I said, we are going to wrap up here. I'm just going to say hello to some of the friends that are looking in. My God, there's a whole lot of them will be here all day. That's let me see, that's Joe and Milady's bus going beeping, Milady's recycling.
Yes, from Longford.
Yeah.
And I see actually that Ursula,
she's there, yeah.
Ursula is watching in from Athlone, my great friend from Athlone Community Radio. Good afternoon, Ursula.
And Karina Ball is looking in there. Audrey is looking in. Audrey is from Clady and she sits in the virtual front seat every day in the bus sessions and she joins us at 12 o'clock as well. And our good friend from Karina Ball is in Holland and she uses the hashtag every day and she's just after receiving her hoodie from Jenny's looking in there from Cork. Ray Hussey's looking in there from God.
Yes,
Ray, he says the brilliant Anna, who was a teacher of mine in St. Joseph, Roger Bridge.
Thank you so much, Ray, for your kind words. Thank you.
Bridget Nielsen is looking in there as well from England. Cheryl is looking in from America. Rita Reynolds is looking in. And don't change that old accent, Rita Reynolds. Enjoyed the bus sessions. We will not. CJ Scally's looking in. Hello to you, CJ. He does all the exercises. If you want to check out that man, he is a brilliant to help you do your exercises. Lizzie Farrell. There's so many ladies here. Love Joe Dolan, sadly missing Limerick. Carmen Kennedy's looking in from London. Jenny O'Sullivan is looking in from Cork. And Karina's there as well. So I think we've got everyone. So look guys, thanks for looking in. This is Anna Kavanagh. Check her out on her page. A lot of people watch this lady and we have her on the bus.
And
so
if I can just give a final plug for Centre Ground, my new live stream that goes out weekly on a Wednesday night from 8 o'clock until 9 o'clock. The link to the live stream will be on my Facebook page. And don't worry if you don't get to watch the live stream because the videos then will be uploaded immediately afterwards, and also we'll be able to cut up each video of each guest, so they will be posted then in the days ahead. So thank you so much for watching, and this man is a treasure, an absolute treasure, and as I say, every town in Ireland needs a Ray Dolan.
There you are, folks. Have an absolute super afternoon, and we will see you at 5 o'clock. Good luck and thanks for looking in. Bye. Okay.